Okay, so as people are waking up to their own, what would it be, immortality, when you realize that you are infinite, that you cannot die, that this is not just a test to get you to heaven, this is just a life experience that you're going through, and that we're having like this big cosmic event that is happening, and it's the end of the cycle, and it's the beginning of a new age, and all of those things. So as people are waking up to these things, and everybody's kind of going at their own pace, like I said, but one thing is that when if you have any kind of doubts or something, like if you think like you need to fear death, or something can happen to you. Things can happen. But if you think like you can die before your time, go in and watch those shows like I Survived, or go in and watch things about near-death experiences and stuff, because it's impossible. It's impossible to die before your scheduled time. And and when your scheduled time arrives, there's a reason, there's a purpose, and it can have to do with a lot of different people and their lessons of what they needed to learn in this experience, on this journey, you know. And I feel like that there's just a lot of people who are so scared, like they have some kind of control over death. And if they just do this or just do that, then you would, you could stop it. You could control it. But there is no control. Like, literally, you could drive around all the time with no seatbelt on. You could drive around, going fast or whatever. And if you're not meant to die, you're not going to die. Maybe you would get in a wreck. And maybe part of your experience is that you have to be in this wreck. Maybe you are, pushing some kind of energy. You wanted to learn about this. And so when that occurred, then you have all of the things associated with that you've got to then go through. The healing, the whatever, I mean, if you're doing something crazy, it could be something, court cases and stuff. But it would be that you came to experience those things. Because no matter what it is, no matter where you are in your life, you're in the right place. You're always where you're supposed to be. And even when your guides are trying to keep you on track, like making your car break down so you can't go somewhere, or whatever they are doing, it's always to keep you on track, because you can't go outside of what it's like I had heard recently somebody talking about, like, this is just us remembering this, and I thought that's interesting, because it's just as real as a dream. Like, but I don't think that any of it is ever real. Nothing is ever real. This isn't real. Nothing is real. It's all just an illusion. It's just our focus, where we focus our attention, and we're so focused on this. But your consciousness is linked to this experience, and you're linked to the other people you are experiencing this with. And but it is like your consciousness can still go other places and have other experiences. It's never confined. You cannot jail it. You can restrict our bodies, but you can't restrict our minds. And, so your consciousness is always free. And it definitely does not like this restricted life. When you think about consciousness coming in to have experience, and then all of a sudden it's just like held back. It can't do this. It can't do that. It can't say this. It can't experience this. It's like, what? I came here to experience some stuff, and you're trying to tell me I can't? No, thank you. You're not in charge of me. You don't own me. So yeah, that's what we. It is like it reminds me of the slave and the master. That's what I feel like right now. I used to think of them as the controllers, and now I see them as just the masters. They just want to master us. it goes beyond control. They want total mastery over us. And they have worked so hard to do so, to try and understand our psyche and how our brain works and how to best program us and how to make us feel so hopeless and how to get us to eat their poisons and stuff. Like, it's crazy. But the whole thing is what they're pushing, fear and stuff like that. It's not real. It's only as real as what you lock in this experience in your mind. So if they've got you completely locked in, then everything's going to feel so dramatic and so heavy and so much. But, when you can step back and you can go, hey, I'm just here experiencing life. I'm just here experiencing this planet. I'm here to, help others grow and to learn from others and be open, then, your experience changes a lot. And they can't restrict that, They can't restrict how we treat each other. They can try and manipulate us and tell us, to fear one another, that we need to fear one another and that we need to be angry at each other and we need to fight one another, but they can't force us to do that. We have an internal dialogue, an internal clock, an internal knowing that tells us, don't do that. But if you're not tuned into it and you just don't realize that anything's talking to you, you just shut that off, like. You just see there's so many people right now that have shut that down. They don't want to hear their inner dialogue. They don't want to hear it. They just want to go out and commit crimes and be rebellious and just overreact and just they're so reactive to everything. They're just not at all connected. And it is so much about connecting to each other, connecting to the planet, connecting to yourself, because then it changes your whole attitude, changes everything about life. It changes your attitude towards others. It changes your attitude towards self, and it gives you a renewed, it is like, when they talk about in the Bible about the baptism and the rebirth and stuff, it is like a rebirth. It is such a beautiful connection when you can connect outside of yourself and you stop, being so like focused on what they're trying to make you focus on, whatever, the stuff that makes you feel so helpless or makes you feel so hopeless, that when you can relieve yourself from that focus and take your eyes off of it, then you can start, I don't have to look over there. I'm choosing to do that. I'm choosing to, believe that, I don't even know how many people the news are trying to say, with the extremists. I'm already called one. So, yeah, it's just so ridiculous what they're doing. But you've got to, realize that in yourself, to just look around and be like, really, do I know many people who have died? Is this really a scary thing that's happening? Or am I just being led by a carrot, Because, once you start questioning those things, you'll start seeing. And it really is just, it is like a total awakening and a rebirth. And, another thing, I just gotta add this in. I feel like there is quite an energy of settlers that really want to be recognized for what they've done here, like the real fight that went on of how they really struggled to, to bring life to this area. And it just amazes me. Like, I will get some food out of my thing, and like I said, like when you drop something on the ground or something, I still throw it away. just, unless it's like like say I dropped a turnip on the ground or a potato, then I would just wash it. It comes out of the ground. But, if I drop like a chip on the ground, I'm not gonna pick it up and eat it. But just to think about, like, but back in the day, they would have not wasted food. They wouldn't have. And they would have appreciated every little grimy piece they got. And the whole thing about, like, how fast does stuff really go bad? I mean, do they just tell us that so that we will hurry and run in and keep buying more, putting these expiration dates on? I seriously, my kids will go through and throw things away just because of the date. It's like, why? Why would you throw it away just because of date? How the fuck do they know what day? I mean, it has to do with, do you get it out all the time? Do you, like, your creamer, when you do your coffee or tea in the morning, whatever you drink? Well, I mean, you don't put creamer in soda if you drink soda. But, and I've known people who drink soda in the morning, as weird as that is. But, so if you get your creamer out in the morning and you set it on the stove, and you make your tea or coffee, and then you just leave it there because you're going to finish that pot. So you just leave it there, and it takes like an hour of it sitting there, but still, cool, and you put it back in the fridge. And you do that every day. Well, it's going to go bad way faster because of the temperature fluctuation. That's going to cause it to go bad. But if you make, like when I do mine, I'll pour it in and put it right back in the fridge. And so mine will last a lot longer. So if you have anything like, I swear to God, I've gotten milk. I hate milk. So if I have to have it for some recipe or something, it'll be in the back of my fridge for a long time. And so then I'll pull it out and it'll be like, oh, this is past the date, I should throw it away. And smell it. It's still perfectly fine. Like, you could freeze milk. I don't know. It's probably something they do with the fucking pasteurization or something. Because I don't think real, like, if you went out and milked a cow and drank that milk, I don't think it lasts very long. Like, I think it starts, like, doing other things. So it separates, and I don't know. They do stuff to that stuff. It's just gross. But when you pull it out, it is not bad just because the date says. You got to, pay attention. Like, go in and check the stuff. Does it seem rotten? I think there's something weird with their dates. And, when you think about really what the settlers, like, those are some fucking hard times, man. And what they had to go through. And I just really have gratitude for them. And I just have so much gratitude for all of the different souls who have come and battled life to get us to the point where we are right now. Because this is really a great time. And, there's been a lot of souls that have gone through a lot of stuff. My mom had just sent me these pictures. This morning I was going through my camera, I was deleting, because I will take stupid ass pictures. So I was deleting a bunch of pictures. And then I saw these, one of those things, like, I find something I didn't even know I had. And it was some pictures my mom had sent me of, I guess apparently it's my great grandparents. And then their parents or their grandparents. I don't know, these pictures are fucking old. And these people look like Puritans or something. But the thing that's cool about it is, like, when I'm looking at these pictures, I can see stuff of my own face in these people. Because we are connected. We have connection to the people who have come before us to get us to this place in life. And, they're around us right now. And, they're experiencing this joy along with us. So it's just, crazy when you see their faces and you look at them and know, that this is real. And I don't know if this is just, living some kind of memory. I feel like it is, it's the experience, but you can't go off. Like, if you were reliving a memory, you couldn't change it because you can't go off because it's predestined. But you decided the destiny. Nobody else decided it. You decided it. So, yeah, stuff is predestined, but you decide your own destiny before you ever come in. You decide your life, what's going to happen. And So, nobody's victim. And we just all have to move out of that idea. They've just done such a good job creating this victimization of human beings and making us just feel hopeless and helpless. And a lot of people are trapped there right now. And, so, okay. Well, I just wanted to put that out there and say that I think I'm sure I say the same stuff all the time, but it just is, it's important, I think. So, okay, talk to you later. Bye.